Hi, this is Leah with messybunbookkeeping.com. Today's video is passwords and usernames. Stop the madness. How are you currently keeping track of the bajillion logins you have? A spreadsheet, a Word doc, Post-it notes with your logins plastered all over your monitor? I get it. I really do. I used to have work-related Post-it notes either on my monitor or in my desk drawer. And get this, my personal logins, I wrote on little Post-it notes, stuck them into the inside of my checkbook, yes, they still make those, and carried them in my purse. This was in case I needed to access them away from home. For some time, I knew this wasn't feasible. And you should have seen me combing through these little Post-it notes. Ridiculous. After much procrastination, I bit the bullet and finally invested my time into getting my logins organized. How did I do it? By using a password management application. I'm not going to lie, it was a little painful setting this up, only because I had to go through all those little Post-it notes and also read through all my scratched out logins, etc. It was a mess. I couldn't even do it in one day. It was just too much for me. So I broke it up over the course of honestly, actually a few months. I started with the ones I accessed the most and then just worked my way through to the ones I rarely used. The interface on these applications were simple enough. It's like a little database for your logins. So, what are the biggest mistakes that are being made with passwords? Well, number one is making them too easy and not using strong password standards. 2, using the same passwords for multiple logins. I was guilty of that. 3, writing them down on a sticky note attached to a device. Definitely. Number 4, sharing passwords with colleagues. And lastly, not changing passwords often enough. So why do passwords even need to be so strong and you shouldn't use them repeatedly? Well, there's big business in hacking into your accounts. And many methods are used, including software made strictly for this purpose. And if a large company is hacked, that's basically on them, but your only defense is to use different passwords for different accounts you have. Using different usernames when possible is beneficial too, but not absolutely necessary. And when it comes to malware, clicking on the strange link from a random text or email, from your phone or computer, well, sometimes this takes you to a fake login screen. You then enter your login info, if you do that, and then that data is captured. And if you're using the same username and password across multiple accounts, they could potentially access those accounts down the road. So, what are the benefits of password management applications? Well, one is it will automatically generate a strong password for you. You can still create your own, but with an application, you don't really need to worry about remembering them anyway. So it's best to just create a really strong password, really complex password. Number 2 is since your logins are not organized, you can't really search key pieces of information connected to those logins. For example, let's say you're not really using a specific email address anymore and you want to get rid of it, but you're not sure which online accounts are connected to it. Well, all you need to do is search for that email address and all those logins will come up. You can then update the email addresses for those accounts, entering a new email address, and then delete that email address account that you don't want. Number 3, you can also put the application on your desktop, your laptop, your phone, your iPad, whatever. Well, you say, I'll just add it to my spreadsheet or Word doc. Well, how about if you're on the phone and you see an ad for that amazing store that you have waited all your life to get a product from, and now you have to create yet another online account? Well, you can create it, and then you copy and paste the info into your password management app and save it. It's also then available when you access the application on your computer. You may be wondering, do I need a password to access my password management software? Well, of course you do, silly. But you only have to remember one password. And you want this to be a pretty darn difficult password to crack. Have you ever made a sentence a password? those actually work really well. So as far as management software, password manager, there are a lot of them out there. Some are free. I personally use KeePass, Keepass, and it works pretty good. I'm happy with it. So there you go. And I know change, it can be hard, but I promise you, once you just start getting those logins entered, start using it, you will get to the point where as soon as you create a new login, you've got that application open and are entering the info right away. Believe me, it's happening to me. It's good. And you just get into a routine, I promise you will. And remember this, it's from a gal who had a bajillion little teeny post-it notes in her checkbook. If I can come back from that, you can too. Hope you enjoy.